It's time for the AFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl travels through them. Great game in store for y'all on Sunday night.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we're on the road to the Super Bowl. Tonight, we'll close out the weekend with what should be a good one between the Baltimore Ravens and the home team. Welcome, everybody. Kate Scott joined in the booth by Brock Hewitt. And in a minute, partner, we are going to kick off, and it'll be a moment both teams have fought for all season. A chance to win the conference title, and more importantly, punch that ticket to the Super Bowl.
There is so much. You can just feel it in this building. There is so much pomp and circumstance that comes with this game. And winning the conference title is a major achievement for a franchise, no question. But you and I both know this, Kate. This isn't the trophy they've spent all season thinking about. It's not the ultimate prize, but it is just a step on the way to what they've been focused on all season long. Only one of these two teams is going to take that step and get that shot for the biggest trophy of them all in this league. That one back.
He makes it in for the touchdown. These guys go up 6-0 here in the first. The advent of a new style of kickoff in 2024 created all sorts of new strategies to generate big returns. And Brock, here we see their own design executed to perfection to spring them for 6.
Yeah, I don't know if we've seen a rule change that has invigorated special teams coaches, head coaches, all the coaches, as much as this one did this offseason, each looking for their own wrinkle to try to throw in there and do what we just saw, break it the length of the field for 6 big points.
Point after by Folk is up and good. And his guys will jump out to a 7-0 lead. After watching one kick get taken back, partner, let's see how well they can replicate it as this one's away. Deontay Hardy to return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
Kate, we've hard him already. He's headed out there with a mission right in front. This sideline, you can feel it. They're still stunned after the return put him in the immediate hole. It's now his responsibility to captain this offense downfield and at the very least neutralize the momentum. Ideally,
trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
We knew we were in store for some crazy blitz packages from this defense, and already one play in, and that linebacker gets home for the sack. Critical now for this offense to identify what you're seeing and for this defense to continue to frustrate and get after the...
Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again! And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with 3rd down.
The separation, well, it comes in the preparation. And this defense, when they were prepared, they identified all week long the weak points in this offense, and they keep hammering away at it. This is why you do your homework, kids. Good.
He's in trouble and gets brought down again. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Forget good, forget great. That is a perfect start to this game defensively. 3 straight sacks, and they're off the field without a single yard surrendered. Kate, that offense isn't just rattled. They're absolutely reeling just one possession in.
Gets this one away from a tough spot, backed up inside the end zone. Has it at the 37. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. So they come on offense now, readying for their opening drive. And leading them out to the 2nd pick of the 2nd round back in 2023. Out of Kentucky, it's Will Levis.
And he doesn't have the advantage off a bye week. Both these teams came in here well-rested after a Sunday away. Of course, that means an extra week of prep work for this defense, too. So he's got his work cut out for him to find ways to attack them today.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. They'll start this one on the ground with Pollard. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes for 36 yards. And they're going to have a first down.
You know I love that, Kate, but you know who loved it even more? The late, great John Madden himself, the former lineman. He would have loved watching the student body get right out in front of that thing, those blockers just knocking people off the ball, and let him clear the way so that running back could show off his...
And he's able to take this one in for the touchdown. These guys get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. Tony Pollard with the touchdown. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays, their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
Folk with a point after. And these guys drive out to an early 14-0 lead. It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. Hardy on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. He'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Jeffrey Simmons that time on the tackle. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. So we're through one here in the AFC title game. It's a 2-score game early. We'll get back to the action in just a moment. You've got a man in motion. Lamar now from the gun. Dumped off to his running back. He pushes it up across the 30 before going out.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler. Gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
And he almost reaches the 45 before going out. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Man in motion here. 1st down, here's Lamar. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! But I think O'Raven was able to gain possession there, so they're going to keep the football. Another try following the sack. He's going to keep... Oh, the football's loose! Scooped up by the defense. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
You're using this play to try for a 1st down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for 3rd down. But you don't throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
So here comes this offense for its 2nd series of the game. Their last drive contained a heavy dose of the ground game, a little old-school dominance on the way to a touchdown, Brock. Let's see if they stick with it or if they go aerial this time around. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Levis now off the play fake. That's going to be caught, Tony Pollard. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Now a toss, it's Pollard. the second level penalty. He does it. Touchdown. These guys both racing them to the halftime locker room. Tony Pollard with the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually.
Folk on now to try the point after. The after splits the uprights. And his guys stretch their lead to 21. It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. Hardy on the return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Now after that return, we've got an injured player getting some assistance as we momentarily step aside. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Trying again, following the sack. He'll get this to Henry. And he reaches zone 20 before stepping out.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Turning to Henry on 3rd. And that defense reacts quickly. Wow, they take him down near the 21. Nothing for them there. Maybe 1 yard. It's going to be 4th down. The Ravens getting ready for the punt. This is away, and once again, he's caught all of it. Fair catch the signal, and he brings it in at the 23. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And they'll only have time for 1 play before halftime. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. Looks like they'll play it safe with a run to the outside. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Nate Wiggins getting up to end that play. So we're now halfway through deciding who's going to rep the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we hear from Jonathan Coachman over in Orlando with our EA Sports halftime report.
First, let's look back to the NFC Championship game held earlier today. And it is the Green Bay Packers are heading back to the Super Bowl as they await the winner of this AFC Championship game. It was a strong first half for running back Tony Pollard. He's over 100 yards rushing for the game already and found the end zone twice as well. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly. These 2 teams making their final adjustments for the second half ahead. It's time to get back at it. For the call, let's rejoin Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the 3rd quarter. Hardy on the return. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. The Raven offense half of this first series of the second half. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Connects on the crosser. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down. From the gun, Jackson. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. A draw now. This is Henry. And he's going to work his way almost to midfield. That's stopped at the 48. They get 7 on the run, but still 3rd and 13 to go. Now it's Jackson. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run. Oh, no, he lost control of another one. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
You know, they like to say about sports, it's 90% mental. Well, right now with this runner, after 3 fumbles, it's 100% mental. You got to hang on to the football. It's in his head right now, and it just can't happen.
The home teams and this running back headed back out for a new series. And I think we can agree the plan to keep him out of the end zone, it hasn't quite worked so well for this defense, at least not yet. He scored twice, really being the one his group can turn to for a spark or a big play when they've needed it. First and 10 from the 41. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So the long run, a positive, but we see the negative here as one of his blockers in some distress following the play. Ball at the 33 for first down. Here we go. On the give, this is Pollard. Again, he hits the second level. And he carries it in for the touchdown. These guys push their lead further to start the half. Tony Pollard with the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot, but on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you can strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating. And yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
Folk on now to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And these guys grow their lead yet again. It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. Hardy on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Drive starts with an option, right side. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Only one frame remains before we see who's going to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. The Ravens with it, facing the potential end of their postseason as they trail. Putting a receiver in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And a man is there to knock that away.
That's a nice job there by the linebacker. He kind of looks like a cornerback on that, doesn't he? Perhaps those cover guys are going to have a little fun with him in practice this week because he looked like a DB right there, swatting the incompletion.
They send a tight end in motion. Throwing again here on 2nd and 10, Jackson. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Lamar back to throw. It's a little too much into this one. That's too high. Brings up 4th down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered feed on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Desperation time here on 4th. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Hey, I get it. It's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
The offense getting set to go. And they should just be able to kneel out what time remains. There's 3 timeouts defensively still available, but using them is not going to alter this outcome. 1st and 10, it's Pollard. He finds space into the red zone. With some fancy footwork there for the touchdown. These guys continue piling it on here in the 4th. Tony Pollard with the touchdown. He broke the tackle he needed to, Brock, and how about that effort then to keep it going and eventually reach that end zone?
Yeah, that's awesome on the offensive side. Defensively, not every missed tackle is the same. It may be on a stat sheet, but sometimes that help to finish a play isn't arriving quick enough, and you're the only one, the last line of defense. And in that moment, you got to scratch, you got to claw, you got to tear to make the stop, because a broken tackle can mean a touchdown.
That one splits the uprights. And his guys continue piling onto this lead. It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. Hardy on the return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson are ready to go again on offense. And you tell us this all the time, Brock. Touchdowns aren't the only stats that make a quarterback, right? Yep, he's nodding right now. But the absence of any from his ledger, well, that's problematic. And his struggle challenge that this offense as a group has really been fighting all game long. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They send a man in motion. Lamar off the play fake. Another turnover. This time it's an interception. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
1st and 10 from the 41. It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. Still has some space inside the 35. Gets it to the 15. And the scoring will never end. It's another touchdown. These guys throwing 6 more on the blowout. It's a Tajay Spears touchdown. Quite the throw from him on that play, Brock. I gotta say, he looked like he'd make quite the emergency quarterback for this squad if the need ever arises, huh?
And Kate, I know how this plays out. All week, he showed out during the practice week on the practice field, and now he just showed out when it really mattered, and everybody's going to hear about it, and they don't mind, because you're absolutely right. That was a dime for 6.
It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. Hardy on the return. And this drive will start inside 5. Baltimore running its offense out now. And with this loss already assured, they at least want to find some points and avoid being shut out. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. He's got Andrews. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 28. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
You know, Kate, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he had enough time in the pocket. But then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force a throw and risk a pick.
The rush gets home, and they stick him. And the hits just keep coming for them on this play, it seems. Elsewhere on the field, they've got a player hurt and in need of some attention. Baltimore lined up in punt formation. Jordan Stout's the one to send it away. He's been hitting it well so far. This is another big one. Looking up towards the dome. Can't bring it in clean. And he's out of bounds. Not the return that he had drawn up. No way. And actually loses yards. Here comes their offense out again. And even with 3 timeouts left on the other sideline, they have this one wrapped up. We'll see if they even use those timeouts. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Buys time, rolling right. And he won't get rid of it. This is going to count as a sack. Brocky held onto the football, and he is out of bounds, nowhere near that line of scrimmage.
You know, in that situation, as hard as it is and everything flying around you, you just got to get rid of the ball. You got to know where you are, not just wide receivers that always got to know the boundary. Running backs and quarterbacks do. Looked like we saw a little bit of panic, hence going out for the sack.
Has a hole left, room to run. Tony Pollard along the sideline inside the 25. He cuts to the right, open lane there. And stop me if you've heard this before, Brock. They've scored again, and they grow that lead further. These guys are running them out of the building. Tony Pollard with the touchdown. Point after by Folk is up and good. And these guys continue adding on to that lead. It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. Hardy on the return. And he's brought down, Brock, and that brings this ball game to a close. So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with a win. And they'll raise that Lamar Hunt Trophy high as champions of the AFC. And that earns them 2 more weeks of football until they head to the Bayou and fight for a Super Bowl. So for Brock Heward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. It was a great effort from our winners as we say goodnight, everybody.